All right, chat. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Foodie Unpacked. Today, I've got a special guest. Bafana right back, formerly with Moroka Swallows, was it? With Tax, and then captained
Yeah.
Mamelodi Sundowns. Solcaro, Shapuja fit.
Shabuya ngwanam.
Hey man, waluka man, nilsere jwang koron.
Mfeti so sharp man. It's just I get even network o ka re ngutla after nako but ke a utlwa.
All right, cool. No, we'll fix it. I think thank you for joining us, Solcado and Fetu. I think just maybe we must take it back to the beginning. Maybe tell us where you're from. What are your earliest childhood memories? Just being a child. Take us through how Quintin Solcado Ramahlwe Mphahlele is and where he comes from.
Yeah, man. It's been a long road, you know. You were there with me back in the days when we started this thing. But yeah, my childhood memory, I would say, you know, like obviously, like any other youngster, growing up in the villages, and you know, all we had was a football. You know, all we had was a ball made of plastic. Sometimes, if you're lucky enough, they would buy us a ball, and yeah, man. And then all I wanted was just to be a professional footballer. And you know, the funny part is I had this picture at the back of my mind. You know, me being a pro. That's what, like, even up to today, like, fascinates me. That, like, how did I get it right? You know.
And when you
Yeah,
say
but yeah.
and when you say you being a pro, like
No,
where did it start? So where did you first kick a ball? Where's home?
I'm originally from Ramahlwe,
Okay.
in a village called the Tavaneng. Yeah, it's in
Okay.
the villages, man. Like down in the villages. The location at this Paneda. Yeah, but obviously by my grandmom's house, like just opposite my grandmom's house, there was a pitch, a
Okay.
football pitch, and I was there every day, man. Every day after school, I was there kicking it with the neighbors, with everybody. So yeah, that's where it basically all started. And then one day, my mom was listening to radio, and then she heard there was the trials. It's a school of excellence, and you know,
Okay.
she managed to get the numbers called, and then Bangpa the address. So we went there, it didn't work out, and then there was another one. Went there, it didn't work out, and finally I went to Cheflop Sports School of Excellence, and
Okay.
that's where everything started from there. You know, I was picked from there by Super Sport, and yeah, from there, man, it's been a journey.
Okay. So you started at the Super Sport Academy initially before you then joined Moraka Solos.
Yeah, professionally, I started at Super Sports Academy. Like I remember we stayed in Auckland Park, and yeah, I played there with the likes of Kemi, Tizongo, Tato Mukeke, the likes of Pilano Kwela, Kamurelo Mukojo, all these guys. And yeah, and then I played there 1 year, under 14, under 13. Yeah, I was the captain of the team. And then I played 1 year. We won the league, and then I left. I went to join Solos after a year with Super Sports Academy. That's when I joined you guys at Solos. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And then how does it happen? How does it take us through your time at Solos? How does it then happen that you find yourself in the national team, in the junior national team?
Yeah, man. Yeah, when I got to Solos, actually, I just you remember Coach Reggie, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one session with you guys, and then he asked me where do I stay. I said, like, I stay in Limpopo. He said, like, yeah, we need you in our team. You have to go back to Polokwane to take your stuff and come back and stay at the academy. You know, so yeah, that process happened. To cut the long story short, and then after actually a few months, there was there was games in School of Excellence. I think Pirates was there, School of Excellence was there, Solos was there, Super Sport was there, and then we played some games there. And then Ramahlwe was there watching us, and that's where he was selecting a whole lot of players. There was a pool of players he was selecting there, and then one had to go through that, and I was selected fortunately. And then there was another camp again after that where we played against all the provinces, basically Limpopo, Western Cape. Obviously, they selected 20, and then we played, and then that was just the process of going through. And then I made it to the national team. The first national team I made it was under 17, and then was the captain there again, and then just
So it sounds like this captain thing follows you around, and it's been following you for a very, very long time. I think just take me through, and I remember the day. So I vividly remember the national team day, and on that day I was sitting with you on the bus back actually, and you said
You
to me,
remember, yeah, man, at the back,
yeah, and you said to me, Ehloni, you play captain at Team L. So I want to understand, what is it about you that brings about what happened, what is it about you that is all leadership, and where does this leadership thing come from for me?
Yeah, look, man, I'm very obviously observant of my surroundings, and I believe leadership is very important everywhere you go, because without leadership, we are just, like sheep without a shepherd, so they can go anywhere. So when we played that game there, and we played again. I think we played against the team that was also selected for the national team,
Mm.
and then I could tell, that they're missing something that I have, something that I can give it to that team, and that team will go places, and that's what I saw, and that's why that day on our way back to Jimiston, I said to you, I'll make that team, and I'll be the captain of that team.
Mm.
So it's something that I have. I think, I have it in me, but it's actually up to me to nurture this thing, to keep on putting water, to keep on putting gasoline on it, so it can keep on burning. So it's there with me, but obviously I also like improve it on daily basis. I improve it on daily basis at training, at home, wherever I go. So yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. I think then Ramane, from the national team, now you did something ridiculous. I think you might have been the first and maybe the only person to ever do this. But they then formed an Africa 11, and you were part of that team, and you captained that team. How did that come about? I don't even know how that came about, and I was around you that time.
Yeah. Like when after being selected for the national team under 17, uh, we played African, was it African Youth Championship, like where we had to qualify for Togo. So during those games, there were scouts that were selecting players. I remember Galusha Balwa told me about that. He said, "Hey, look, we actually one of the players that we're looking at, you and Kemit, to represent Africa in Spain." So I was like, "Wow, okay, that's nice." And then he said, "Yeah, but keep on working hard." And like that's why I always advise people to always do their best regardless of who's watching. So there I was just playing qualifiers week in, week out, but I didn't even know that there were people who were selecting players. Unfortunately, I made that team. I think it was me and Kemit couldn't travel because of I think he was injured the
Mm.
time we had to assemble in Barcelona.
Okay. And how was that? How was that experience? Because I think you're the only one that
Oh.
can talk about that. How was that experience? How did it feel to eventually captain the side? I think you did as well.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. Like I think it was one of the best moments, like in my junior level that I've ever had. Was amazing. I think I left here with Prasten Stanisha Walala
Okay.
to Barcelona, We got there, bro. We played. We didn't have much time to train, and mind you, we're coming from different countries in Africa. They're speaking French, they're speaking Swahili, they're speaking all these languages, and we had to train for 3 days and go and play against the European team that has been together for like 2 weeks. So, but yeah, we played against the likes of Bojan. You remember he was at Barcelona. Anita, who was at Ajax Amsterdam, Newcastle, he was there. We played against those guys. We had 2 games to play. The first game they beat us. They gave us a hiding. I think they beat us 5-0.
Sure.
I played the whole game. Yeah, they were a good team. Like we had no chance. And then we played the first game. The coaches were actually impressed, and so the next game they say, okay, the captain is gonna be Rama. And I was like, okay. Then we went. We played again the second game. I think we lost again the game 3-2 or 3-2 or 3-1. I'm not quite sure, but we lost both games. But what an experience, man! Like, it was amazing.
I can imagine
Yeah,
it. I can imagine it. Okay. So
yeah.
then you've done almost everything at junior national team at junior level. How does the first professional contract come about?
Obviously, moving from super sports to solos, and then with the under 15. I think I played under 15s like 2 years, and then the third, I think after Gavin Hand heard that I was called up for the national team, we went to Senegal. We did well in Senegal, and there was a front page interview, and how as a team we're planning to qualify for the African Youth Championship. And he saw that, and he asked the head coach, then Paul Habib, who's this guy who's captaining our national team. And then they say it's Rama. And then Gavin Hunt obviously gave me a call and said, hey, come and train with us. And when I went there, the first training session, the coach was like, no, man, like go to the. You remember our offices used to be in Parktown?
Mm.
And then he was like, no, man, you have to go to the office and they must give you a contract. I think I trained for 2-3 days,
Mm.
and then there was an interview and like a week after, and then how highly he spoke of me just motivated me. He said, when I look at this boy, I see like future. I see like all the good right backs that I've seen. Thuram, he spoke about a lot of players, and he said, I wanna help this player grow. And unfortunately, a few years after that, he left for Supersport, but he's the one who actually gave me a break into the professional level.
Yeah, no, and I remember that. I remember the times. I remember the times. But what's interesting to
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
is so Rama goes to the national team and is a center back. And correct me if I'm wrong. And then Rama
yeah, yeah.
signs his first professional contract and is a right back. And I think you've been playing right back pretty consistently since then. But you also have cameos at center back. What is your preferred position? And I think I know what you're going to say, but what is the position you prefer?
Even up to today, man, like even up to today, I still get people saying, no, you should go back and play center back. I still have the likes of Coach Pito, and they say, no, that's not your position. You should play center back. And look, I'm comfortable on both positions, and like you put me on any position on any given day, uh, I will do the best I can, and like you won't even notice that this guy is not a center back. I
Hmm.
remember, I think when we played together, because there was quite a stiff competition. Uh, I think you were playing the right back position, and I was also playing right back, and then they moved me to the left back. You know, so that we can both play, because you gave something that I didn't have on the right, and you know I had to go the other side on the left and try and balance the equation. I think it worked also on the left side. So uh, look, I'm comfortable on both positions. I enjoy them. When I'm on the right, I just enjoy running and just trying to give assist, get on the scoreboard. When I'm in the center there, I just enjoy organizing, playing the ball, just being there, organizing the team and making sure that the team keeps going, the team doesn't slow down. So, yeah.
So it sounds like you've played a bit of everywhere. So or Larka Obeago number 10. It's like it's a plan.
No, you're pushing it. I actually played the whole season at solos. You remember with a guy called Zobel. You remember called Zobel from Germany?
Yeah.
I played as a central midfielder the whole season, you know.
Mm.
He saw me play once. He said, I need you to help me in that position. I need someone who can bite. I need someone who can. And I played there, man. And look, he told me what to do. That was the nice thing about it. He says, go in there, win the ball, pass it, and sit just in front of the two center backs. And that's what I did. You know, I played sometimes even now at training when they need numbers. So,
And there was that one tournament. I just can't remember what they called the team. It was also a national team. I think it was the South Africa B at the time. Where you also played in the center.
Ramahlwe Plus.
Ramahlwe Plus, yeah. Where you also did.
Look, wherever Rama was, I knew I was gonna play center back or central midfielder. You know, he never saw me as a right back. No, never.
No, okay, fair enough.
So I played even with the senior national team. I once played center back. I think we played Mauritania, and I played as a center back. Yeah. Okay. And against Ghana in a friendly game in Durban, I played as a center back under Shakes Mashawa.
And I see the trend with a lot of right backs that they towards the end of their careers they tend to come back into a center back position and it's sort of it's seen as a slow down role.
Remember when we won the league at Sundowns? Before I left, I played that whole season as a center back with Ali Escoot. You know, had I stayed long at Sundowns, I would probably be one of the center backs actually fighting for the national team position had I played there, because I was slowly but surely getting used to playing the center and playing with the likes of Ali Escoot. Like, it was just like, you know, it was amazing, and you know, I learned a lot from him, and I enjoyed the position day in, day out.
I hear you. Yeah. So just back to the career progression. So when you leave Swallows, you go straight to tax. What happened? Did you go to
Sunrise and get when I left Swallows, I was sold to Sundowns.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sold to Sundowns, and when I got there was a new coach in charge, Neskins from Spain. Played the start of the season around 9-10 games, got injured. When I came back from my injury, I think on my absence, I think he played, if not mistaken, 4 or 5 right backs in that position, you know. So he was trying to find a player who can come and play that position. And there was Mampuru, there was Maponyane, there was Siabonga, there was just a lot of players. Kulu also played there. And then when I came back, the competition was quite tough, and you know, I gotta give it to Neskins for coming up to me and say, look, it's gonna be tough for you to come back and play. Don't you wanna go on loan? And I was like, look, I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate honesty. You know, rather than somebody who's just gonna keep quiet and you know you don't even know where you're standing with him. So and then he's the one who actually went with me to the office and said, look, let's go and try and get you like a loan move. I was supposed to join Celtics, and then it didn't happen. And then Steve Barker called me, and I was like, yeah, why not? New project in Pretoria, full of energy, and yeah, that was it. And we did quite well because the first 6 months, I think we're number 2 on the log.
Yeah, and the loan deal was supposed to be a year. Am I correct?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a year, and then Neskins got fired. And then they brought in Pizzo, you know. And then the first player he actually called on loan was me, you know. He said, no, I need that guy to come back, and you know. And he called me back, and we went on to win the league the following season, you know. And yeah, it was amazing, you know. And the fact that the coach comes in and he says, "I want that player first."
Mm.
It's just
Nah,
something else, man.
now I remember that in that 6 months, ko tax I know shule ketlala I know.
Eh, no, man, there was, when you're hungry, you just want to play football,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
And that's what I went there to do, just to play football. And I played football, got recalled back to the team, and didn't play at first, and got my chance. I think we played around 12 games in a row. We never lost.
Mm.
We never lost a game. We won the league, and then that was it.
So tell me then, you come back to a Sundowns team. Obviously you've been on loan. At what point do they then say, here's the captain's armband? I mean, in a team with Hlompo Kekane, with Tiko Mujise, I think surprise was still there. At what point do they turn to you and say, listen, this is a job we need you to do? You must lead people that are arguably more senior than you.
Oh, bro, bro, was crazy. I remember, Ali was our captain, and I played, and then the coach said Ali is gonna leave. I think Ali announced it like a year before. He said, after this season, I'm gonna go back to Netherlands, and and then obviously he put my name there. They asked him, who do you think can be the future captain of this team? And he threw a couple of names there, and then and on the last game when we won the net bank in PE with Sundowns, and uh, Coach Peter said to me, "Hey, yeah, Ali is leaving. You must be ready." I'm like, yeah, I thought this guy is joking. Why would I be ready? Because there's like Dennis Onyango, Kennedy Mueni, Tiko Mudisa, Surprise Murray, Sompo Pekanas. You can name all those players, big players,
Mm.
And then the assistant coach came also, Mangoba Minute, and was like, look, I think you have good leadership qualities, and uh, we think you can lead this team. And honestly, what made it not easy, but it made my job quite uh, uh, comfortable, was the fact that the guys that I was leading, man, they were tremendous. They were they were supportive. They never looked at. Yes, I was young. I was younger than them. They were older than me. But we knew when we get into the pitch, regardless of who's got the arm belt, we did the job. And I would come to them for advices because I knew they were my seniors, and we learned from each other, and it was amazing, man. I had a good year, and yeah, I can.
And then how long did you stay at Sundowns in its entirety? How long were you there?
5 years, eh?
Oh, was a
Five.
long time, eh? 8 years
Yeah,
plus.
5 years minus the 6 months. Yeah, obviously 4.5.
Time flies. And then time comes for you
Yeah,
to sort of cross the USK and join Chiefs. How was it? I mean,
yeah.
when you get, I know at that time you're a bit of an established player. It's not like you're walking in there at 22-year-old or whatever. But I mean, how is it on the first day at Chiefs? I mean, Chiefs is and will always be a huge brand. So how is it when you get to the parking lot, you've got your boots in your hand, and you know you're going to a Chiefs home?
Yeah, man. Look, obviously, I'm not gonna say much about Chiefs. As we spoken about it, that we're not supposed to say much about it. But like, it was a bold movement. It was something that I said, you know what, it's a little bit crazy. You captain in this team that just won the league, just won this and that, and now, okay, this other team come and wants to sign you, and like, it's a crazy move, but let's see what's on the other side of the wall, and then boom, we did it, and then that was it.
And then so Rama, I mean, it's been a long journey. I mean, you've come and you've had quite a career already. And I mean, there's still some time. Obviously, there's still some time in those legs. What's kept you in it, Rama? Because I know there's quite a few players that you may have started with that have fallen off, and obviously due to different reasons. But I mean, what has kept Rama in it, and what's sort of your compass that keeps you going north?
Yeah, man, it's been quite long. You know, you've been there along the way with me. Uh, Look, Sonza, for me, uh, discipline, brother, discipline,
Mm,
discipline. You know, having passion for the game and you know consistency also. You know, and just taking your job serious, man. Like you know, I don't think there's ever a time where I took my job for granted
mm,
and obviously there is there is a big why behind the discipline, the passion, the determination, the consistency. There is a big why for every man. There's a big why that pushes all of us to say, I gotta keep going, man. You know, like
mm,
you know. Like I said, the picture at the back of my mind that I had that I wanted to be a professional player, and obviously the most important thing, my family.
mm,
You know, I knew that through football I could help my family. They could live a better life. You know, I could be able to build my mom a house. I could be able to have my own house. I could be able to make something out of myself. So that besides all this, the discipline, just working hard every day and hustling and you know determination and loving the game. I knew all those things were coming at the back of something, which was like I just want to see my mama well off. I just want to see my sister being able to go to school and you know for me to work so hard and say okay I want to pay for my younger brother's fees, I want to pay for my sister's fees, I want to give my mom something every month. That was the biggest why in my life, to say you gotta push for these people, you holding them, these people. So if I fall, I'm not just falling, 4 or 5 more people are falling.
mm.
So that was just kept me going. Even today, it keeps me going because I've got two beautiful kids that you know for as long as they live now until they 20 something, they still look up to me and say, "Daddy, can you?" You know,
Mm,
and I gotta be able to provide. You know,
mm.
so my family has kept me in this position. Even today, every day I wake up, I know that I do this so that they can have a better life.
Mm. Okay, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I
Yeah.
think, and I think you've had already such an illustrious career, and I still keep coming back to the fact that you are not old yet. Maybe in the South African game you are starting to age, but you're not necessarily old yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
What is it that you would still like to achieve as for Rama? I mean, you must have won everything by now, ne? In South Africa.
I've won. Yeah, in South Africa, I've won only MTN. It's been eluding me for a couple of times, but I've won the leagues, the Telcoms, the Netbanks. I've won cups. And look, like you say, I still have goals. I still wanna win. I still wanna win. You know, I still wanna win. Every year I play to win. You know, I wanna win a cup. I wanna win the league. I wanna, you know, and until the day that passion is finished, then that's the day I'll say, because I'm a born winner. I want to win. I don't just play to say no. I play to win. Even at training, they know that if you are in my team, we have to win. So uh, obviously, look, uh, the truth is in football. Uh, at my age, you're getting old. So but look, I still feel like I still feel strong, very strong. And I'm not gonna say, hey, in 2 3 years time, I'll listen to my body, I'll listen to my spirit, my intuition, what it says, and obviously my heart. And I think I still want to achieve, man. I still want to achieve a lot of things. Couple of trophies to win. Yeah,
And maybe to complete that, to finally get that MTN 8.
yeah, for
That's
sure,
that's
for
honey
sure, for
for
sure. We have to, man. Have to. We can't die without it.
Fair enough, fair enough. And I think so I think we've gotten to sort of our at the end of our conversation. And again, thank you for joining us. But I want us to close, and I don't like this um question. I'm gonna call it a question. But I would like you to maybe give a word to someone who's looking at you, someone in Ramahlwe that's saying, I want to be that guy. What is the one thing that you would sort of impart on someone like that?
Yeah, obviously, there's a lot of people, like you say, boy from Ampasel, Soweto, Fosloras, Mpumalanga, Mlaz, whatever, wherever they are, they look at you on TV, and what's on TV, that's all they see, but they don't know
Story.
at the back of this guy who's on TV what's going on, So, uh, look, for a youngster who wants to make it in football, I know it's a question that I would give I would give my advice based on my experiences and what I've went through. But at the end of the day, it's up to them to to put it out there and say, look, I'm gonna try and take what Rama has given me and turn it into reality. I can only give you a guideline to say, look, you have to go to training every day with a purpose. You don't just go to training with a purpose. If you're a right back, you after training, you remember we used to take a couple of balls with cross and people would finish, because we had a desire, man. Like, I think with the burning desire inside you, the chances of you not making it are very slim because I mean, you're giving this thing everything that you have, and if you give it everything that you have, your time, the passion you dedicated to this game, I think it's quite impossible not to make it. For those young boys out there, have the desire, man. Like picture yourself in certain time. Maybe if you tell yourself, when I'm 17, I want to be in the first team. When I'm 19, I want to be playing for certain team. Unfortunately, I can't tell you the name of the team. When I was a youngster, I always had a picture of myself wearing a certain color of a jersey, with a certain boot. So that's how crazy I was, like mentally. Like I want to be there one day. So those like, let them just but the most important thing, man, the desire, man. If you have that desire to say I want to make it, and I will do everything in my power to make it, and I don't think there's anything that can stop you, because you don't need motivation. You have this burning desire inside you that pushes you every day to say, go to training, do the right thing, be dedicated to the game. And somewhere, somehow, the opportunity is gonna come. That's for sure.
I think just to close with two questions or two or three questions. I think the first one I'm going to ask you is, so who's your favorite player who's your favorite player ever in the PSL? A PSL player that has been your favorite.
That's a kind of difficult question, but
It doesn't have to be a current player. It can be a player from 72.
Yeah, I think Tabo Ngomeni was my favorite player.
Okay.
Jimmy Tau was also one of the players that I like looked at like almost every game. Like this guy, man, the way he plays, the way he does things. Like when I looked at him, I saw myself in him. Like, yeah, I wanna be like that guy. And obviously, Surprise was one of the players that I actually looked up to. There was a lot of players, man, lots and lots of players and good players. And there's obviously the youngsters that are coming now, like you have the likes of Tebogo Mokoena at Super Sport, you have Umshishi at Sundowns, you have this one's a Lodge at Pirates. Those are good players, man. When you're in the same pitch with them, it's gonna be a long, hard day.
And perhaps the toughest opponent you've had thus far. That one person that doesn't make you sleep at night.
Not necessarily, but anyone like I remember back in the days it was Bentley definitely because he just this player doesn't have a lot of skill, né? But he gets the job done. Whenever the cross comes from the opposite side, he's there to finish. He gives the right crosses, and he doesn't. As a defender, you're looking for that guy to hold the ball and try and dribble you. He just come 1-2, boom, put the cross. You don't know what happened, and then it's a goal. So you know, he was a very difficult player. He was very mobile, and you know, obviously now there's a lot of players. Like I said, there was Pacey at Sundowns, and there's like for me the opponent that gives me more stress. I'm just gonna give you the characters of those players. These players like you remember how close Holele used to play. This boy at Amazulu Chiapiwa, these boys they run. They don't care. They put the ball there and run. So whenever I face a player like that, I'll be like, then I have to run more. So, but yeah, so that's mostly the players that when I face, I'm like, but the player who's got skill and he can toss and turn and do this, I don't actually find a lot of problems. But the ones who run, the ones who want the ball behind the defense and then they want to turn you and run you, those are the players that are.
And from a national team perspective, what's been your toughest encounter there from a national team perspective?
Yeah, a lot, bro. Like I remember we played Burkina Faso? There was Patriopa. There was the Traore twins. I think one was playing at Ajax Amsterdam. One signed for Chelsea. Mo Salah against Egypt. Orlando Stadium. Musa, Nigerian. Big players, and they play in the Premier League, and then you have to be alert, you have to be on your A game for you to stop them. Iobi, those are players where you literally need to be 120% concentrated, and so yeah.
Okay, now I hear you. Rama, no, thank you very much, man, for joining us. I think we've had a long conversation, and I can see you starting to fall asleep there.
No, man, I'm enjoying the conversation. It's like it can go on forever, And thanks so much, man, for having me, and keep doing the good job that you're doing,
Thanks.
And keep pushing, man. I mean, as much as you didn't like maybe get a chance to turn professional, but you never look down and say, oh, football didn't work. You went on another path, school, but still knowing that I want to go to school, but I want to stay in sports, and big up for that, homie. Like keep going, and yeah, man. I mean, the sky's the limit. I don't think with everything that's happening today, bro, like you have to just keep going. The opportunities are there. They are endless. They are there for us, and there's enough opportunities for everyone. And I wish you all the best.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Rama. And thank you for joining us again. I think we'll try link up once all of this madness has subsided, and maybe do a sit down together. I think I haven't even touched the surface with all of what you've done in your career. And we haven't even spoken about the national team and all of that happened there.
Yeah, so, man. Yeah, let's link up. Yeah, let's link up. Let's have coffee. Let's talk more. Let's see. Also, I know that you also busy with the players. Let's see. Maybe it's something we can actually look into and try and improve it and work further with it. So yeah, let's try. It takes time. Everything takes time. As long as we keep in touch and we keep in contact and try and move forward.
Definitely. Thanks, Rama. And yeah, man, stay safe, stay sanitized, and keep the family safe as well.
Thanks, my brother. Stay safe too. I've been sanitizing for too long, so I don't know. I'll try. But thanks for your time, and stay safe, and God bless you, my brother.
Sharp, sharp, Rama.
Hola.